Hello and welcome back to another edition of the 2-Minute Freedom Challenge. Today I want to share a quote that is widely attributed to George Orwell, although there's probably no proof he actually said it. It doesn't make it any less true. In an age of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. And if that doesn't describe the world that we're living in today, I'm really unclear what would. So what I would encourage you to do today is to stop listening to the headlines that you're seeing on television, on radio, in the newspapers and on social media, and take a look behind that headline and see what the facts really are. Because so often, especially in these times, people in places of power are using the media, fear, and public shaming, those three things, the media, fear, and public shaming, in order to get us to be compliant with whatever their latest demand might be. So I encourage you to take a look behind what those headlines say, get to the actual root of the facts of what's going on, and make a decision for yourself. One of the most beneficial things that we can do is to be living our lives in a place of gratitude, love, compassion, and ultimately joy. Because if we're stuck living in fear, which is what they want us to, the great big they, what are many of our political leaders and certainly a lot of the parrots in the media, they want us living in this perpetual state of fear because we're far easier to be made compliant. It's far easier to manipulate us into doing the things they want instead of the things that are actually right for us. So if I can encourage you to do one thing today, it would be to look at the person next to you and just share with them one thing that you're grateful to them for. And if you can't think of something like that, just ask yourself, is there one thing that I can say to this person that will uplift them, make them feel a little bit better today than they did, 5 minutes before I sat down here? If we can do those small, tiny things, and that's why I call this the 2-Minute Freedom Challenge, because it doesn't take much time to make a huge impact in someone else's life. Literally, expressing gratitude, expressing joy, expressing thankfulness to someone for something they did or something you appreciate about them, that will actually absolutely change their outlook on the day. So I would encourage you to do a couple things. Number one would be to simply do that. Number two would be to follow this account on social media. And the third thing would be to share this video with your friends, your family, and the people in your personal sphere of influence. Because as I talked about recently, I want to cast that pond into my personal sphere of influence and see if I can't affect one small change every single day over the next 100 days. So if you want to join me in this particular challenge, I would encourage you to go to 2minutefreedomchallenge.com and join my mailing list, where I'm going to be sharing all these videos, obviously, and a lot more written content, imagery, and so on and stuff, things that you can use to create your own version of this 2-Minute Freedom Challenge. Because you're not me, you're going to do it slightly differently than I do. But what I do want to provide you with is some of the base materials that will make getting started easier. Because anytime you want to try something new, that getting started, that's always the thing that gets in our way. It's always the challenge we must overcome. So I would encourage you to do those things I just mentioned and sign up at the mailing list at 2minutefreedomchallenge.com so I can help you start your own freedom challenge in your sphere of influence. All right? I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And I, for one, am grateful that I'm able to do these videos from here in the middle of nowhere. And I'm also grateful that you're here and actually watching and paying attention. Because with you watching, that means that there is one more person in my world that's going to approach their life slightly differently than they did before they watched this video. And that's what this challenge is literally all about. All right? So with that, I will see you again tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Have a great rest of your day. And yeah, that's it. Bye for now.